Alright, hopefully I'm not muted this time. The start of my stream yesterday, I accidentally had the mic on mute for the first 30 seconds, a minute or so. So I gave this whole introductory spiel, and then nobody heard it because I was talking to myself until people started trickling into chat and were like, "Hey, your mic's muted. I can't hear anything." But anyway, I can see the little audio bar moving, so we should be good. Anyway, tonight we're going to be playing some more modern mono-white taxes. I'm feeling like I want to change the deck list a little bit, hedge towards the Jeskai control decks, since it'll probably spike in popularity a little bit, since the results of this weekend or whatever. Jeskai control didn't take it down, right? They lost to Mardu Pyromancer in the finals or something. But it performed really well on day 2 of the SCG. So I'd like to hedge against that. Maybe I could put a Gideon in this sideboard instead of something. Instead of this relic, probably. It looks pretty medium. It's kind of a third. It's kind of a third rest in peace that also helps side hate against the Snapcaster decks, because you don't want to put rest in peace against Snapcaster decks, but at least relic will cantrip, so it doesn't really cost you a card. Could probably make the edit last minute. I don't feel horrible against the Jeskai decks specifically. Jun feels worse because of stuff like Tarmogoyf. They can turn the corner a lot better. So a lot of your grindy elements just don't really matter, because you can't chip shot them because they have all these giant creatures in the way and are also killing all your cards. So, yeah, I guess why not? Let's do a little swap here, and then of course we'll play against a bunch of dredge decks and die horribly. And that's not how to spell ally. So let's put in a Gideon here and cut this relic. Need to update the Stream Decker deck list as well. 0 relic and 1 Gideon ally of Zendikar. Alright. Stream Decker list should be updated. If you want this list, I mean, obviously it's right here, but you can also type !deck or !deck list. I think either of those work in the chat. And let's just get right into it. Competitive Modern Leagues. Tomorrow, I think we're going to be doing some Eldrazi taxes per Alatime's request. And then it'll probably be Thursday Legacy taxes, and then Friday normal stream. I'm thinking about doing some sort of long stream sometime this weekend, because I have a 3-day weekend. I have a holiday. And we just hit 100 followers yesterday, actually, so I might do some sort of a celebratory stream of some sort. I need to figure out my schedule, my girlfriend's schedule. Maybe we'll do a long stream at some point. Also, I need to figure out if there are any tournaments over the weekend. I don't like streaming when there are big tournaments going on, because A, I like to watch them, and B, it cuts down on people that want to watch both these big tournaments, obviously, and want to support smaller streams and whatnot. Although I am streaming at the same time as the Standard Super League right now, which I am a little bummed about because it looked really funny. I was watching the Twitter smack talk wars between Saffron Olive and Todd Stevens' team, and I think it was Jim Davis, Emma Handy, some other people. But that looked really funny. Anyhow, maybe one day this league will start. Maybe one day we'll get the second trophy. Maybe we don't get Dream Crushed. Did we get Dream Crushed? No, we went 3-2. We were 3-0 to start, though, on Friday. Because we were 2-0 into 2-3, and then 3-0 into 3-2 on Friday, if I recall. We got crushed by God, if I remember. Anyway, let's get some data. Mono white D&T. I really need to like play 4 more, like 2-mans just to get a multiple of 5 again. Zirnak. This chat window feels small, or my hand size and stuff. Do I usually have this closed? That seems better. Maybe I just need to shrink chat down a little. I don't know. Anyway, MTG bot seems to want to tell me that they're on Affinity, but it was also last seen 24 days ago. Also, I don't trust MTG bot all the time. But regardless, this hand's just good. If we're against Affinity, we do have a Path, which is not the worst card in the world. And we can go turn 1, Vial, turn 2, Crack Clue, or Path, or whatever. We're just going to keep this. We're on the draw, which is horrible, especially if they're on Affinity. We'll probably just lose. Ooh, not Affinity, so that's nice. Eldrazi, it looks... Or not Eldrazi. Tron, it looks like. Could be a red-green Eldrazi. Darksteel Citadel. Oh, they're on eggs? Sand is okay against eggs. We have Arbiter Ghost Quarter and stuff. We really want Thalia as game 1, though. We also just cut the Relic for a Gideon. Pretty bad in this matchup. But I definitely think this matchup is favorable. Wait, what? I mean, I guess I path this. I can path it on their upkeep. Since they don't have any other creatures to pump, I can just kind of let it sit. I just don't know what my opponent's doing anymore. Are they on Affinity with Ancient Stirrings in their deck? Let's path that Steel Overseer, I guess. Next turn we can Arbiter plus Thalia plus Ghost Quarter. Alright, sure. Yep, sure, why not? Gets another Steel Overseer. That one I cannot kill. Is Ghost Quartering even worth it? I might just need to hit land drops to get to Shalai. What is the opponent doing? Oh, nice. So now we can Vial in Arbiter, path the Steel Overseer, cast Thalia, and attack. And then if we draw another land, we get Shalai. If not, we can, like, Crack Clue. 4 mana. Sure. Yeah, Ballista for 2. Why not? I don't know what the opponent's doing, but now we have Ghost Quarter, this Blink Moth. Or we could Shalai to protect from Ballista. I think I can just let the Blink Moth live a little bit. Definitely more down for getting this Shalai in play against a Ballista. I definitely just don't know what the opponent is doing. I just have 6, I have no cards in hand. Sure, play like a 3-3. Oh, it's a hangerback? Alright, that's much easier to beat. Oh. That's certainly good against Hangerback Walker and Walking Ballista. So I can just Vial this in, flicker this Hangerback, and then attack them with everything? I can also Ghost Quarter this Blink Moth if I want. Opponent's on a very Strange deck? I don't know exactly what they're doing. I just know it involves Ancient Stirrings, Steel Overseers. I guess. Oh, it's the heart. Is it the Hardened Scales deck? Is it like some variant of the Hardened Scales deck? That would make sense, right? Like Hardened Scales Affinity. I'm not sure. I'd never like looked at a deck list. I've just kind of heard about it. This is posted a little bit recently. Okay, yeah, this looks like the list. 7 forests, 4 blink moths, 4 dark steels, 3 canopies. Ravager, Arcbound Worker, Walking Ballista, Hangerback Walker, Steel Overseer. Throne of Geth, sack an artifact, proliferate. Nissa, Voice of Zendikar, Evolutionary Weep, Welding Jar. Huh, interesting. Alright, well, I think Stoney's very good against the opponent. They're mono green. Dismember's probably good enough. It can eat Overseers and whatever. It's definitely not what you want against stuff like Hangerback Walker, but we're pretty good against Hangerback Walkers with Flicker Wisps and Eldrazi Displacers. Is Settle the Wreckage worth it is the question. It might be. What's bad in this matchup? Opponent never searches their library ever. They do have a decent number of spells that Thalia taxes, as opposed to normal affinity, which just kind of spews out their hand. So I'm kind of interested in just cutting all these Arbiters, but maybe leaving in some number of Thalias. Shali seems actually pretty good against Walking Ballista. They need a lot of counters on it to make it relevant. Which they can do. They have Hardened Scales. Put that many +1, so it just adds extra counters. Might want these Settles, just as extra paths. We're on 60 right now. I could cut like 2 Inspectors since they're bad with Stony. Just bringing 2 Settle the Wreckages. If we're on the back foot, our opponent doesn't play around it the first time, they can just get blown out if they attack with multiple things. That seems okay. Maybe I'm supposed to cut Smuggler's Copter instead, but Smuggler's Copter is better than Inspector in this matchup. Inspector doesn't really do a lot. It can't attack through most of these things. This hand feels way too slow. If one has a fast start with Hardened Scales and nonsense, we are definitely not having a good time. So we're going to ship this. Because we keep this. Hand is also very slow, but now we have a Scry, and we're already on 6. Well, that'll possibly get us back into this game. Shaper's Sanctuary. Interesting. This should be fine. I don't think I target their creatures that much. Opponent kept a interesting hand. Well, I get to draw 2 cards if I path the thing now. They draw 2 cards. Might not even be worth pathing the Steel Overseer. Well, I probably should have pathed it before rather than now, because I had the mana open. But opponent is kind of mana light, and they get to draw 2 cards if I path this. Maybe I just wait. I sit on double path now. I can Violent Bladesplicer next turn, or hold up Settle. I have a lot of things I can do. Settle does not trigger this card whenever a creature gets targeted. Second Steel Overseer. Do I want them to draw 4? It also activates their Mox Opal if I don't path this. I think pathing this is fine. keeps their Mox Opal off. They do get to draw 2, but we have Settle as kind of a catch-up card if they attack poorly. It's just unfortunate that these Overseers aren't going to attack, so we need to kind of use our paths on them. I think I'm going to Field Ruin this Rising Canopy. Whenever a creature you control... Yep, alright. Puts the Settle down, but doesn't really matter. I can still keep a Path and Violence Blade Splicer and stuff. Let's just not let them draw a card. Opponent has a lot of Steel Overseers. Alright, you can draw another 2 cards, opponent. Cast a Hangerback X equals 1. Sure. Sure. Let's just draw like Stony Silence. That'd be strong here. What's up all the time? How's it going? What do I want to draw? Displacer's kind of bad. Displacer makes I pay 3 mana Evade Divination, but I'm going to kill their things. This deck seems to be pretty threat light if I'm looking at a similar deck list to what the opponent's playing. So now their Hangerback is essentially a 3/3. Oh, this could get ugly. Now Settle's really bad. What's up, Yaz? Thanks for the good luck. This could be dangerous. I need to beat this Ravager so they walk into a Settle the Wreckage more. Definitely not just settling that. They sag at the Ravager, put it on the Hangerback or whatever. Let's wait, I guess. The issue is that they're... even if they just attack with everything, they can just put a bunch of counters on a Hangerback and then pop it into a bunch of Thopters, which isn't the worst position. Alright, so opponent is playing basically the deck that I'm looking at. Opponent's gonna have a lot of Thopters. Proliferating my Aether Vial? That's fun. Alright, yeah, definitely have to force the issue here. Hopefully we'll just draw, like, second Settle the Wreckage. -6 here now. They kill that, sack the Arcbound Worker to put counters on the Hangerback. sack both the hangerbacks and then sack the Arcbind Ravager to put a bunch of counters on the Ballista or something like that. So they make like 13 Thopters and an 8/8 Ballista or something. Or bigger than that. Like a 10/10 Ballista. 11/11 Ballista, sure. Oh, is this just lethal? Oh, they're just gonna lethal me with the... Yeah, okay. Yeah, they have lethal. They just sack all the Thopters, the Ravager on the Ballista, kill me. Sure. That was kind of dumb. Blew my cover with the Settle the Wreckage, so now they know how to play around it better. Interesting deck from the opponent. Man, they really just can't beat a Stony Silence, can they? I guess they probably boarded in a bunch of Nature's Claims, according to whatever list I'm looking at. Your audio could be louder? Okay. Thanks. I wasn't sure. The audio got messed up yesterday. I wasn't sure if I needed to turn it up or anything. Let me know if it's, like, too loud. I'll try to turn it up a little bit there. Yeah, I guess let's just draw Stony Silence is the game plan. Perfect, nice. Alright, I would like to play first, but also like to have Stony. Double removal spell. Although we had like triple removal spell last game, opponent was just Steel Overseer flooded. And also those whatever they were, the Shaper Sanctuaries, those were kind of a bummer. I think we keep this hand though. If we had a third land, Flicker Wisp was very good against my opponent's deck. As are Path plus Dismember and stuff. I think we just keep this. Don't think I can really afford to sit here and mulligan for my hate. Especially if the opponent happens to have the... I imagine they have a bunch of cards on their sideboard that are good against Stony Silence, considering how good it is against them. Alright, kind of a bummer that they have that again. Hit second land drop, though. If they only have one, then I'm feeling better. Probably want to use Dismember first. Path is better against stuff like Hangerback Walker, and then I don't want to give them the land. Yeah, let's Dismember this. Feels really bad because I pay 4 life and they draw a card, but... Yep, well, let's run out a Splicer. Hopefully get the beatdowns on a little faster. Next turn we have Path plus Splicer, or Flicker is their thing. Jeez, alright. Basically never targeting my opponent's stuff is the new game plan. Because them just drawing 3 cards doesn't even feel worth it for me. I think I might just play Flicker Wisp on my Blade Splicer instead. Beat them down in the air. Since Flicker Wisp just draws my opponent 3 cards. What's the worst that happens here? I think I can still attack on the ground, though, so maybe I should just save Flicker Wisp and keep playing. Flicker Wisp makes 6 power, though. Blade Splicer just makes 4. Yeah, let's just beat down the opponent. Opponent's kind of constrained on mana, so yeah, they have to play a bunch of very slow dirtily cards. And we can just kind of beat them down. Yeah, opponent's at 6. I think they had a bunch of Shaper Sanctuaries, but it just... I have a too aggressive of a draw. I don't think they can play enough cards to defend. Sure. Maybe I should have pathed this Hangerback in response to that. Those might have been dumb. Because now they can make a bunch of Thopters. That doesn't do a whole lot, though. Actually, no, because as soon as they sack to put counters on the hanger back here, I just path the hanger back in response. Ooh, second Flicker Wisp is interesting. Can I lethal them? If I force the issue by casting Flicker Wisp, and then I'm just gonna... I need to flicker the Ravager. Response, they have to sack it, put the counters on hanger back. Response to that, I path the hanger back. The opponent draws like 6 cards, but they end up with nothing but a Ballista. The Ballista can block, ping, and then they just die. Yeah, that should be fine. Sure, draw 3 cards. Opponent. Unless they have Fog in their deck, I think we're good. They put a counter on their hanger back, which is fine. Then they sack the Ravager to itself. Oh, they're just sacking the hanger back to make 2 Thopters? Interesting. Is their plan make a 4/4 Ballista, or what? Yeah, targeting the Ballista. So we just pat this Ballista in response. Just deal with 3 Shaper Sanctuary triggers. Pat this Ballista. They kill the Summoning Sick Flicker Wisp for some reason. Now they're dead. Even if they kill... Actually, if they kill the non-Summoning Sick Flicker Wisp, we can only put them to 1, right? Oh well. That worked out. Didn't even need Stony Silence. Hardened Scales Affinity, I guess, is the best name for that deck. Oops. That's not how that works. What an odd deck. Seems like it can be pretty powerful with the right draws, but it also seems kind of weird and inconsistent. But the nuts hands, if the opponent goes like Hardened Scales into Steel Overseer into Hangerback Walker into like Walking Ballista, Arcbound Ravager, or whatever, it seems like it can really take off. I guess Evolutionary Leap's pretty sick with Hangerback Walker. Or stuff like Arcbound Ravager, things that you want to sack. It just seems, I don't know, seems odd. I think our deck has a pretty good matchup, even though the opponent had like a million Shaper Sanctuaries in their deck. Stuff like Flicker Wisp and Eldrazi Displacer seem pretty nuts. Alright. This hand feels kind of clunky. Opponent will get into 6. Thank you. Oh man, opponent was 4-0 last round. I feel a little bad. Take them out of 5-0 contention with their sick deck. I think we just ship this. It's modern. I'm likely playing against an opponent who incentivizes me to make a play before turn 3, even on a mull 6. And we're on the draw. Alright, we'll keep this on the draw. We have a lot of chances to find a second land, and if we don't, we still have Aether Vial, so it's not the worst. You are the opposite of a land. What's the opponent doing today? Storm? Is there a Spire Bluff Canal Aether Vial deck that I'm not aware of in this format? The good old Boyle Merfolk meme. Played a bunch of blue non-islands, and then played Boyles. They're playing islands. Are they blue-red? I hope they're like blue-red wizards. Alright. Aether Vial Chalice of the Void deck. Ambitious. I dig it. I think I want to cast Thalia, but I'm not positive because I don't know what my opponent's doing. Thalia's bad if they want to go third land and, like, play Artifact, Court of Calling, or whatever. But I think Thalia's better than Arbiter right now, considering I have actual no idea what my opponent's doing. Just do that. Opponent has a Vial on 2 and a Chalice on 1. Go nuts. Please, put in a 2-drop. Opponent is on Merfolk with a red splash. With opponent with main deck Chalice and Spirebluff Canal in their Merfolk deck. Maybe it's... I thought it was blue-red wizards. I had hopes, but opponent's just on... Oh, I guess it could technically still be wizards, but unlikely, because you need to reveal Merfolk for Silverkill to be useful. Still technically could be wizards. I'm holding out hope. Okie doke. So we can Flicker Wisp this Chalice at some point, or my Horizon Canopy to get the Spreading Cease off of it if I want. I think I'm just going to play Blade Splicer for now. Hit ya. Chalice on 1 Wizard's Lightning costing 3 is real cute. The master plan. I dig it. Opponent is playing in very odd Merfolk deck. This is not a wizard, right? This is just a spirit. Alright. Opponent's just playing Merfolk with a red splash for something. Take this file up again. Now we have Resto and Flicker Wisp. So we can make a lot of golems or something. So if opponent has a Lord, we can still attack with our first strikers. We can actually still attack with this Leonin Arbiter too. Everything's at X2. And opponent's probably never searching their library, so attack with Thalia Arbiter Golem seems fine. Red Splash against Affinity probably helps. Bullets raise humans, maybe? Wow, opponent's just taking it all? Alright. I don't know, it seems worse than the Green Splash if you want to beat Affinity, right? I've seen the... Because, like, Tropical Merfolk played that Lord and a couple other things, and they got to play a bunch of natural states in the sideboard. Maybe the Red Splash is... I don't even know. Because Bolt is, like, the best removal spell. Sig River Cutthroat. Is that the blue-black hybrid one? I used to play a one of. I played Merfolk in Modern once upon a time. That was, like, pre-Harbinger of the Tides, though. When you could afford to play a bunch of cute one-ofs in your deck. Probably right with the Green Splash. I mean, the Green Splash probably is not very good against humans, but... You just do 3 or more, you draw a card in a turn? Yeah, exactly. That card was pretty sick. Then Merfolk got some better toys. Alright, we're just gonna make a bunch of golems, I guess. Target my Blade Splicer. What you got, opponent? Nothing. What's up, Caleb? Make another golem. I don't know what the opponent's holding up, but maybe it's a counterspell? They're gonna counter my Restoration Angel? Nope. We're just gonna make infinite golems. Yeah, we just draw another Flicker Wisp. Whew. Alright, so opponent has a Mutavault, which can be a 3-3 if they have a Lord, but they didn't vial anything in last turn. And also, I guess Flicker Wisp doesn't beat a Lord because it gets countered, right? Spell or ability. I guess we just jam with, like, Flicker Wisp, Resto, and the Golem, and we'll attack with Thalia, too. You know what? We're attacking with everything besides Blade Splicer. Handful of 1-drops, probably. Yeah, in their Aether Vial Chalice deck, they were just like, we can probably just play a bunch of Curse Catchers in this deck. Play Lightning Bolts in my Chalice of Wood deck. Whatever. We're attacking with everything besides Blade Splicer. They're 11. We're attacking them for 1 billion. We'll crack this Campy. Trickster, I guess? Could be a Trickster. Ooh, we have Blade Splicer, too. In case they try to give my Golems not First Strike. Ooh, it looks like it is Trickster. On the Vial, at least. Yeah, his attack seems pretty okay. If they have second Trickster to, like, unfirst strike this, nope. They're just gonna take a jillion damage. Trade. Trade. You gotta chump block something. You're taking 11 here. I don't imagine my opponent's going to win this game. I guess they could anger the gods me. That'd be kind of... They just animated their Mutavault and decided not to block with it. Sure. I'm okay with this. All these trades. All your stuff dies. You have a Mutavault. Pass the turn, I guess. They're at 3. Even if they anger the gods me, we have a Blade Splicer or a Flicker Wisp. Also, I don't think Anger of the Gods is in there. Although, I wouldn't be shocked in their Chalices of Wood, Aether Vial, Spiral Canal, Merfolk deck. I guess we just board as if they're Merfolk and find out what the red splash is later. Dismembers, Settle the Wreckages, Blessed Alliance, cut all these Leonin Arbiters. Mirror Crusader beats down. I think it's better than, like, Athalia. This is probably fine. I think all... Could board in Forge Tenders. The preemptive, like, counterplay to the red splash. Board in the Burned and Forge Tender for the sick tech, but I think that seems really not good. Considering I have no idea why they're playing Spiral of Canal in their deck. Yeah, I'm down for this. Let's run like that. We have the standard combo, Inspector into Copter, and we have, like, other good cards. I'll keep this. Copter's good at blocking stuff unless they have Spreading Seas. Okay, Blessed Alliance. Sure. You have a good curve. Inspector, Copter, Splicer. Sure, alright, they have a lot of red. Silvergill revealing Silvergill. We drew Path, that's nice. I think we're just gonna play Copter here and not attack. The 1 damage isn't super relevant. I'd rather be able to block a Silvergill. Even if they have a Lord, I think I'm happy trading off my Copter and looting away something. I could also... No, holding a Blessed Alliance is bad. I think I want my white sources in play, even if they hurt me, because I'd rather hold on double white. Mutavault. Casting a red spell. Do we get to find out what they're playing? A Braid is the tech. Apparently. Alright, this deck feels like a Lord. I don't think it's worth the block. It might just be 2 and then they get to Violence other Silvergill, but they could have Violed on Lord if I block. Next turn I can just hold up like Blessed Alliance Path or some nonsense. I can also just play Blade Splicer. Blade Splicer is good at blocking if they don't have a Spreading Seas and a Lord. So I'm down for this. Silvergill? Yep. I guess a Braid is decent against, like, Affinity and humans? Ah, yes. Blood Moon, a Braid, Merfolk. Blood Moon, a Braid, Chalice of the Void, Merfolk. The secret hottest of tech. I mean, I guess they got me? Maybe? I can't use this Displacer anymore. It's a 3/3. I only have 1 white mana. Does this qualify as getting got? Just play this Shalai. Just a 3/4. Did they just Blood Moon themselves at a blue mana too? They can't Spreading Seas me. I just stonewall their stuff forever, right? If they have a Lord, they could double block and then kill my Golem. We'll just sit back. I think I'm winning this game long term. Opponent's deck does not seem like the most cohesive pile. This is some next level Merfolk deck. Yeah, opponent's deck is interesting. I'll give him that. They can't attack, though. Right? I can't get blown out if I just first strike this... Oh, wait, they could... No, they can't hit my Blade Splicer with a Trickster. So I guess I just attempt to eat a Silvergill? I think I'm happy taking 3? If they have a Lord, I could chump block it, but I can always chump block later. I'm pretty sure I just get to eat this Silvergill. Apparently I'm right. Good thing I have Blood Moons will probably spike when this deck hits the mainstream. Buy your Blood Moons now. Buy your Blood Moons and Chalice of the Voids and of Braids. The hottest tech. Guess we crack this clue. I shouldn't have played that land. Oh well. Well, I could always path my own creature for a second white source. Or I could just leave up path and Bless Alliance's turn. The Island Walk Blood Moon deck, yeah. The old Blood Moon myself off of basic islands, so I can no longer Island Walk. I can no longer cast Spreading Seas to get you. We're just gonna beat him down with this Shalai. Yeah, I can appreciate like the Abrades, I guess, because if you slash green, it doesn't help against Affinity. But like the white splash seems okay for like Path to Exile because you get Wonderwine Hub or whatever it's called. I don't know. They Blood Moon themselves out of blue mana and their 2 Mutavaults, so I'm not 100% sure what the opponent's plan is. Yeah, opponent just like can't attack me. Do I path one of these? Do I path one of my own guys for double white? Probably not. I think I want to path just to get access to white mana. No, I don't want to path. I give them a basic island. Never mind. Why wouldn't you set out Moon against D&T? Yeah, I don't know. Opponent's on some weird shit. I don't want to path. I don't want to give them a basic island. They can have their stupid merfolk. Just untap here. We are drawing like mono mountains. Yaz Birth Control just subscribed. Tier 1 sub. Or I guess resubbed. Resub for 2 months in a row. Says playing Moonfolk. Oh, I see what you did there. Thanks for your continued support, Yaz. That's awesome. I also do appreciate the Moonfolk memes. I'm just gonna keep hitting them with the Shalai. Is the current plan. Man, Blood Mooning me out of colors is kind of a bummer for this Displacer. I could just be wrecking them. Getcha? So they Blood Moon themselves off of any castable spell. Oh man, are they gonna like Master of the Waves me? I don't really care off this path. Gemstone Cavern? So they could play their Chalices on turn 1 and their Blood Moons on turn 2? Oh man, maybe I should stop leaving up this path and just play vanilla 3/3s. I don't know, opponent's not really doing anything scary. We're just gonna keep killing them with this Shalai. Freewind Merfolk. Someone just saw Freewind Red and Merfolk on MTG Goldfish and was like, "Man, these are my 2 favorite decks. Can we just mesh these together into a cohesive pile?" The answer is no. This is not a cohesive pile. Alright, no Master of Waves. I'm waiting for, like, them to vial in Stormbreath Dragon or something. I guess they have mana to cast a Stormbreath. They overlap by so many cards. Hey, Aether Vial. That's a spell I can cast while leaving a Path to Exile. Glorybringer is a merfolk. I think so. I'm pretty sure. Mono Mountains. They're just gonna die to this Shalai next turn. We just both sat here for genuinely 6 turns. I took them from like 18 to 0 with this Shalai. They shocked once for that Steam Vents, and then I beat them to death with a Shalai every turn after turn 4 when I cast it. I gotta list this deck as Moonfolk in my spreadsheet. I think this is the only time I'll ever fill this slot in here, but thanks to Yaz for the sick name. Moonfolk. I lean more towards meme folk, but that way. Meme folk's another good one. If you had thrown that out before Yaz, I might have named them meme folk. But at least Moonfolk also will tell me what they were playing, like 3 months down the line. I might forget, although I probably won't forget what meme folk is, considering how odd that match was. But Moonfolk, they were playing Blood Moon Merfolk. Well, this hand's fine. We have Vial into Inspector plus Crack Clue, and to probably hit the 3rd land. Hollow 1. This hand is... Alright, well, we already hit the 3rd land drop. Also, I'm leaning towards not Hollow 1, considering they didn't do anything on turn 1. More likely, Mardu Pyro. Could technically be Jund, but where would my end step? Waiting for them to just fire off Bolt in my face. It doesn't get bad for me if they just slam turn 2 Pyromancer. Alright, Jund, it looks like. Not Mardu Pyro. Jund with just nothing on turn 1 or 2, huh? I assume they're just sitting on these removal spells that they really want to cast. I'll just sit here with my Thraben Inspector on this file. Jund Death Shadow. Oh, I guess they could be Living End. Okay, Living End. That makes a lot more sense that we've just been sitting here for a couple turns. It also means I'm probably going to die. Living End matchup is not very good here. You really need to draw multiple, like, Thalias, Rest in Peace. I guess, is Damping Sphere worth it in the Living End matchup? Probably not, right? It just makes the combo cost 4 instead of 3. Because of the Cascade. But it's hard to believe that Living End wouldn't have a single cycler besides these Street Wraiths. I mean, it's... But with a start like this, they have to be, like, Living End, right? I guess we hit them. And then play, like, Displacer plus Vial. I think my Displacer's just gonna die here. There's Living End, yeah, that's my thought at least. I don't think any other deck in this format would just spend the last 3 turns doing actual nothing, but it's just weird that Living End also just hasn't cycled a single creature besides these 2 Street Wraiths. Like, what is in their hand? Just infinite Cascade spells? They're just gonna make 2 Street Wraiths here? Because I could beat that. I can beat 2 Street Wraiths with the help of stuff like Eldrazi Displacer. Either that or Trevor Shadow. Trevor Shadow with, like, the world's most awkward hand of, I'm not going to cast a single spell. They just have, like, 3 Death Shadows. Then they would have shocked their fetch. I think they're just going to Cascade here, right? And make 2 Street Wraiths. Which is definitely beatable. Okay, they want to shoot my land first. And then Living End on their turn, so they also just get the Stone Rain in. Really wish I had a Thalia. Yeah, with the Grove, they're definitely on. Or with, I guess with the Beast Within, they're definitely on Living End, but... Either way. They're just gonna kill my things now? Yep. Revealing nothing spicy. Return to the Eldrazi Temple. It doesn't do a lot here, right? I think I'm just gonna Vial it in, so I'd rather not expose it to another Beast Within or something. Although, I know they already have. They've used one and they just cascaded past one. So the odds of them having another Beast Within is pretty low. But it doesn't accelerate me into, like, double Displacer activations or anything. So we can always just play it next turn. I can definitely race this. They attack with both. We Violent Displacer, Flicker 1. They could just start hard casting fatties, though, and that'd be horrible. But I'm just surprised. If they had fatties, I feel like they would have cycled them before turn 3. I can kill my displacer or something. Not gonna block. Currently winning the race. Is their hand just mono cyclers or what? So I can play Thraben Inspector, leave up a Flicker here, and leave up Flicker Wisp. I don't know what the opponent is doing. I am deeply, deeply confused. You gonna Beast Within my Displacer? They are. Alright, we'll Flicker Wisp that. Save the Displacer. Unfortunately, I don't get my Beast, but probably worth. I feel like the opponent's hand has to just be a bunch of Cyclers. Or not a bunch of Cyclers, a bunch of Cascaders. Just more Demonic Dreads and whatever the other one is. I can blink all 6 damage. I could. I don't know if I will. I think I might actually want to leave up Flickers to protect my things. I'm not losing this race by any means. Displacer is pretty sweet, but I think I'd rather just leave up protection. Until next turn I'll have double Flicker up, and then I can start doing that nonsense. I think this turn I'll just take 6. Although they might just... If they Cascade, they just don't have any creatures, and I get Displacer Thraben, yeah. I really don't know what their plan is. Opponent's hand is just all land and Cascade spells. Path is not bad. Are they gonna cycle a straight Wraith and then do another Living End switcheroo? I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I guess they could have some more creature cyclers. Nope, they're just gonna take 7. Okay. Show me what you got, opponent. They can use their Cascaders as a fog, essentially. They swap out the graveyards and the battlefields. But I have a Displacer in play, regardless of how many times they cast Living End. This is one of the weirdest games I've played against Living End. This is just so unusual. Opponent attacks. Attacks with 1. I'll definitely just Flicker the 1, yeah. I'll Flicker the crap out of that. I still have another flicker up, and I can always just tap it down and swing for lethal. I actually just swing for lethal right now. Shall I? Not super useful, especially because I didn't put my Val up to 4, but... Does anything punish me if I don't kill this first? I imagine that they're going to do the stupid living end swap, though. So if they, like, block... They can't let damage happen, though. So I'm just okay with them swapping. Let's just attack. If they swap the graveyards again, then they have 1 Street Wraith, and I have Displacer plus Inspector, so I still just have lethal. Yeah, they're just going to cascade into another living end. So now I can save my Displacer or my Inspector, right? Unfortunately, I can't save my Flicker Wisp, which is kind of the only card I care about in play right now. But I can displace my Flicker Wisp, flicker the Displacer, just to have more stuff in play. I'll let this resolve now. Get another clue, sure. You've successfully fogged, opponent. Although now I guess if they do another one, I don't get any Displacers. But I still just have Flicker Wisp, which is probably good enough. Such an odd game. So they cycle Horror of the Broken Lands. Sure. So their plan is to do this again. They can only do this 3 times, right? Living End decks almost always just play 3 Living Ends. So they can only do this 1 more time. They could just hit Running Cyclers and make a huge board, though, which would be kind of scary. But then I also have 2 Flyers in play if I can survive. Okay, they're just dead. Sick! Got him, I guess. What an odd game. So this deck plays like Anger the Gods all the time, right? Old board and Forge Tender. Rest in Peace is super great. Mirror Crusade is probably okay. It attacks they're idiots. Is Settle the Wreckage worth it here? I don't think it is. Pretty sure it's not. We can just cut down on like paths. Path seems kind of bad. You do want some number of paths to try and like punch through the idiots sometimes, I suppose. Settle isn't bad. It seems like kind of mediocre, like that's what my plan is. Trying to find an actual Living End deck from this year. Alright, this looks reasonable. Settle looks really good. Maybe it is decent. So they board in like Anger the Gods, and that's about it. I guess like Shriek Maws too. I don't know how good. I guess like Settle seems okay. It can get them if they don't play around it. So the first Settle is probably decent. I do like Shall I as a big flyer, but it also doesn't most of their stuff doesn't target, right? I guess it does. It protects against Beast Within, but the Beast Within Shalai. It protects against Shriekmaw, but it's very slow. It's shaved down, like... And cut Inspectors. They also don't do anything. Inspectors draw me towards Thalia, which is probably the most important card in the matchup. So maybe we're supposed to, like, leave in Thalia's, go down... Displacer was kind of an all-star that game specifically, but I think that game was kind of a very strange outlier to what this matchup traditionally is. It was very unusual how that played out. Opponent just had no cyclers in their living end deck. Can't imagine what was in their hand at the end of the game. We'll try something like that. Let's just draw Thalia's and rest in peace, and we'll be okay. I mean, I guess I keep. The deck did what I asked, but I didn't specify that I also wanted 2 lands, but it sounds fine. We're on the draw. Nobody expects Settle on Modern mainland D&T. Yeah, that's true. Like, whenever I cast the first Solar Wreckage, usually no one suspects it, but it's been really good. Land. Dang. Come on, land. Cycle. Hey, they actually have creatures this time. Come on, land. Ooh, opponent doesn't have a land. Alright. Land. Alright, so this is the game we're playing. Unfortunately, opponent's probably a lot better at hitting land drops than I am. But they're gonna Ingot Chewer the Vial. Oh no! Come on, please, land. That is not a land. We still have a decent chance of winning this game. If we just draw another land and play Rest in Peace, we just kind of win. Or even just play Leonin Arbiter. They have so many, like, fetches and stuff. Cycle. Ooh, they don't land drop. Unfortunate. Land. Come on, deck. We're trying here. We have, like, one more turn to hit this, since they probably won't have third land into Living End. Oh, they might. They have cycled. They only cycled 1 card since. 2 cards. Come on. Let's not have the opponent... Alright, never mind. We're dead. Opponent has 7 cards in hand. Opponent just gonna Living End on my upkeep. I'm gonna Beast Within my land. Okay. Ha, take that. Well, we're not dead if that's their play. Because they're not... They might still just have the Living End, and they're just fucking with me. Please don't, though. I appreciate you not Living Ending me. I shouldn't have 6, actually. Alright, this is good. Unless they have Spirit Guide. Oh, this is great! I can path my own, Beast. This is super good. And then we just Rest in Peace them. Yeah! Thanks for the Beast, chump! Nice Shriekmaw. Taste this Rest in Peace, opponent. Got him. Luck, all skill. 100% skill game. They might still win. They could just, like, play gigantic stuff. Like, I'm never gonna beat this Archfiend to 15 here. They are at 15. I might actually be able to race it. Probably not, because it neg1's my team. So I can't even, like, block it with Flicker Wisp or anything. But we're gonna try. Could, like, Leon and Arbor Ghost Core them, but probably doesn't matter. Opponent got super greedy. But they might still just kill me with the Archfiend to 15 plus cycling for triggers. Yeah. They might still just body me unless we draw our second path. Since we have, like, no other answers to this. I guess we could draw Settle, kill this. They're just going to, like, cycle 2 things, wipe my board. Man, this Archfiend is such a bummer. If they just had, like, a normal garbage cycler, we might be able to take this, but Archfiend is just so hard to beat when it's just in play. Yep. My team is now 1-1s. My team is likely about to be 0-0s. We have 3 outs left in the deck. I boarded out 2 paths. Yep, kill all my stuff. Nothing I can really do here. I just have, like, 1 more turn to live. Just play Thalia. Man, we almost got him. This Archfiend of Ifnir. They just hit me again. Come on, path or settle the wreckage. 3 outs. Come on, deck. Now the out is that none of the 6 cards plus the 7th they're drawing for turn can cycle to kill this Flicker Wisp. Not a good out. Please cycle to kill this. Dang. They cycle, wipe the board, and lethal me now. Yep. Dang. We got. It's those games where you really want to bring paths back in, but you know it's not the right play, because those games usually don't turn up like that. That's why I do keep in some number of paths for reasons similar to that. Sometimes you just need to punch through, like, a big fat creature. But if we had kept Resto, we could have lasted another turn when I was, like, discarding stuff, but at that point, Resto was the farthest thing from my mind. I didn't think the end game was going to end up like that. But now we're on the play, and hopefully we don't just have a 1-lander and don't hit a land drop until, like, turn 4 or 5. Maybe we'll just have Rest in Peace. Alright, we'll keep this. I'm not even sure I want to slam this Rest in Peace on 2. The issue is that I can't, like, curve if I don't. Because they could, like, Beast within it and not cycle anything. But if I just play this Vial now, then turn 3 I'm Rest in Peacing, and I've hit, like, what, 1 cycler? I think I just need to curve into this Rest in Peace and hope they don't have the proper answers for it. Because I just want to curve Rest in Peace into Splicer into Resto and just give them the beatdowns. As much as I kind of want to sandbag this, I do need to apply pressure and hope they don't have the answers. We'll see if they cycle, whether or not they have the answers. If they cycle, I think they're digging for Beast Within. If they don't cycle, I think they already have it. We need to find something. Alright. We need to find more stuff to beat Beast Within Rest in Peace now. Like this Thalia definitely buys me a turn. I think I actually kind of want to play Vial plus Thalia here. Buys me a turn against Beast Within, since they need 4 mana now. So it'll just take them so much longer. And then they also have to deal with this Thalia. They might not even have 4 lands. Their deck is pretty land light. They have 20, typically. One is hitting their land drops. Ingot my Vial, sure. I'm still not even positive Ingot is correct to bring in, but on the opponent's side. Guess you get to eat golems, too. Can't even play Thraben plus Blade Splicer unless I Ghost Quarter myself, which is definitely not worth it. Let's attack. This deck plays all basics, right? Swamp, Forest, no Mountain. Hey, what's up, all the time? Good to see you again. Playing against Living End. Some odd games we have played. Some odd matches, just in general. So opponent's definitely on Beast Within my Rest in Peace. Like, that's their plan. Unfortunately, we never hit, like, an Arbiter or something to punish them. And they've just had a bunch of land drops without needing to cycle. Oh, no, I stand corrected. Can't Beast Within this Rest in Peace now. Without Spirit Guide. They could Shriek Maw my Thalia. Be kind of a bummer. Nope. Okay, they found the 4th land. I think they should have been cycling some of those if they didn't have the 4th land ready. You've seen the new tick for ENT and MTG. This guy's been tubbing consistently with Lingering Souls and Bitter Blossom on the board. Oh, I think I saw that guy's lists and stuff. Is Bitter Blossom good right now? I feel like Bitter Blossom's kind of medium when you're playing against like Hollow One, and it's really good though if you're trying to beat like Jeskai control and stuff. I'd love to be on Lingering Souls and Bitter Blossom. Lingering Souls is really good if you're trying to grind out your opponents, and I mean, obviously so is Bitter Blossom, so not opposed to it since Eldrazi Taxes is a bit worse at the grind than Mono White, so not horrible. So I have Lethal in play now. If they don't hit land 5, they can't board wipe me either. I guess they could Anger the Gods me, but I meant like use the Cascader to just Living End board wipe me. Anger the Gods. That's not gonna win you the game. I should have probably flickered this in response to that. Now it's going to be awkward if they have a Fairy Macabre or something to discard here. Oh, they don't, thank God. So if I attack with everything, they block their 3. They're technically dead, but if they have a cycler, I lose resto, hit them for 4. They go to 5, and we're just really bad off. Or if they don't have a cycler, they need, like, Fairy Macabre exactly. I don't think I'm beating this. If they untap, I'm definitely not winning. I think I'm forced to attack here. I don't think they would have let me flicker the Blade Splicer if they had Fairy Macabre. They do have Fairy Macabre, and they let me flicker the Splicer? Alright. Seems like kind of not very good for the opponent, but sure. God, am I just gonna die to... They have double Macabre? Jeez. Wow, we're just gonna, like, die to the Archfiend of Ifnir again? Feels bad, man. I think it's pretty good against control. Has 3 push in the sideboard for aggro. Yeah. I've been really on Settle the Wreckage against these aggro matchups. I think I'm playing 2 Fatal Push right now. I think I'm playing 2 Fatal Push, 1 Settle, and Eldrazi taxes. Jesus, we are so boned. Opponent with double Fairy Macabre. Can't even crew it. Oh, well, that crews it. I shouldn't have played that land. I'm an idiot. Now I can't loot. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Why am I so bad at this game? Also had 2 Settle on the side. Alright, yeah. This seems stronger. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Opponent probably sitting on like 3 cyclers. Just gets to wrath my board or whatever. God, why did I play that Eldrazi Temple? That might really burn me. So they are attacking, which means they probably have a bunch of cyclers in hand. They're not afraid of the damage. So I could block this just to loot with the copter, which I probably would have done. Oh no, my copter. I guess it didn't matter then, because they would have just cast this pre-combat. Come on, deck. Get a Ghost Core to them twice now. Not that it matters a whole lot, because we're probably dead to this Archfiend. Ghost Core to them off of green? Cycling. None of their green cyclers are green, though, right? It's all red. Red, black, black. Yeah. So Ghost Courting off of green doesn't really do anything. Can't Ghost Quarter off of double red. Could take them off of more black sources. I guess that's the line. We don't even have lethal. If they don't have anything, if they have like 4 lands in their hand, we still can't kill them next turn unless we draw something. Because the Ingature blocks the Golem, and then we hit them for 3. Ugh, these are real gross ways to lose these games. Opponent with the double Fairy Macabre to go along with their Archfiend. Ugh. Alright, opponent, just don't have anything in your hand. Just nothing. Maybe we'll see a Blossom reprint in Battle Plan. Is it $40? Seriously? Jeez. The price memory of... Wait, it got unbanned and it spiked to like 60 or 70 or some nonsense. Never really dropped, even though it sees basically no play in any format. Don't attack, opponent. Don't do it. Don't go for it. Nope, stop. I'll chump block this 3-3 with my... Nope. Yeah, attack. Attack with the Ingature, please. Get in there. Come on. Bash. Let me at least attempt to have lethal. Literally more common in affinity than in spirit. Or fairies, yeah. I guess that makes sense, because... Alright, this is the good attack from the opponent here. Yeah. Alright, deck. We have a couple outs. We have... I can't remember how many displacers I boarded out, but... Deck, please! We're dead. God, this is frustrating. Oh well. Opponent found the line. Does opponent actually have nothing? Like, if I had drawn something, I could have... Ugh. Opponent just genuinely has nothing to do. Like, opponent just has a bunch of lands and Cascade cards. Oh, man, that is a tough loss to take. No! Deck. Well, it doesn't... The missing loot didn't end up mattering because they could have just shattered the Copter pre-combat. But if I'd kept the land in my hand and they didn't shatter it, then I would have actually drawn this Path to Exile on time and killed it. So there's a chance, like, I could have had my opponent misplay there, but I think playing optimally, the end result didn't matter. Because they would have just shattered the Copter pre-combat to not let me loot. Although, the 5-0 dreams are dead, but we're still good off. We're still 2-1. Looking pretty good. So we played against Hardened Scales, Affinity, Moonfolk, and Living End this league. I've had, like, the weirdest leagues. Did I have a weird league yesterday, too? I don't think so. I think it's pretty normal, but, like, Friday was unusual, today's unusual. People just playing weird shit recently. Let's play against something, I don't know, more... I want to say I play against something more normal, but I also just don't want to run into humans that get run over, so I'm happy playing against weird jank stuff. Alright, let's not be against Burn and keep this. Opponent's on a mulligan to 6. I think I'm just happy with this hand. We have 1 drop into 2 drops of my own choice. As long as the opponent's not on, like, Burn or, like, Free Win Red with turn 1 or 2 Blood Moon, we should be okay. Scratch to the bottom. We're playing against Martyr Proc, huh? Good news is the damage I'm taking doesn't matter. Bad news is we're playing against Martyr Proc. This Arbiter is very bad. Wait, are we playing against Martyr Proc? Probably? Usually don't see flagstones, but I guess it's pretty free. Go get 3 Squad Hawks. I guess I play Thalia, since it's more likely to mess with what they're doing. They've already searched their library, so I can't arbiter them to prevent them from searching with the Squad Hawks. So I'd rather try to disrupt their weird non-creature spell plays. If they have those, they could just land Squad Hawk Pass or whatever, but prevents stuff like O-rings or what have you. Okay, yeah, definitely Martyr proc. Definitely about to gain like 1,000 life. Ooh, third land is nice. Now we can go Arbiter plus Inspector. Sack Martyr, reveal 9,000 cards. Ooh, just the 3 Squadron Hawks? Alright, means a Sarah Ascendant isn't scary, which is good. We can also kind of play into a Wrath here, since they can't cast it next turn. I don't want to really play more into a Wrath after that, though. We can also just leave up Resto, which is nice. Bash with everything. If they have a Wrath, their plan is chump block with this Squadron Hawk. So they don't have a Wrath. So Sarah Ascendant's back on for being kind of scary, but we could always just Flicker Wisp it out of the way and then attack them back down below 30. They could Field Ruin me. Seems kind of bad. Alright. Squad Hawks. Leaving up 3 mana, not playing another Squad Hawk is interesting. Could be leaving up Path. I think I'll just play this Resto Flicker Thraben Inspector. It does open me up to like getting pathed, and I can't pay for Arbiter, but I gain more clues, so late game I'll still be able to draw a bunch of cards. Let me untap. Let's attack with everything. If they want to double block an Inspector, more power to them. We're just gonna keep bashing. Plan is double block the Arbiter? Do they like really want to search their library for something or what? They're gonna path my Resto before the Arbiter dies. So let's pay for the Arbiter here. I kind of want to hit the land drop because I have so many clues. Yeah, I think I want to add more to the board. This board is not particularly scary with opponent at 28. Let's just play another Arbiter. Could Field Ruin me for free. But it would cost them like their whole turn. Since they'd have to like pay for Arbiter. Is that their plan? Ooh, get him? You Stone Raid me for 5 mana? Seems like not an excellent plan, but okay, opponent. Whatever floats your boat. Oh man, we do the same thing. We Stone Raid them. Do I want to do that? They have 1, 2, 3 planes. I could Stone Raid this Mistveil plane so I don't die to infinite Squadron Hawks. Man, I just like ripped on them a bunch for doing their stupid 4-mana Stone Rain. And I think I'm about to 4-mana Stone Rain them off of this Mistveil Plains. I'm sorry for making fun of you, opponent. Maybe it was a better line than I realized. Cavern. Interesting. Seraph? It's a Ghostly Prison. God, Ghostly Prison is super annoying to play against. I think I kind of want to develop this Vial, honestly. My mana's going to be super tied up in the next turns because I want to be beating them down. So I'll take a turn off here, develop this Vial, and only hit with the Thalia. Opponent has so many lands in play. I'll attack with this Arbiter now. I don't. If they double block, sure. Yeah, sure. You got it, opponent. Oh man, they don't have to pay mana to search now. They got me good. Wait, this is search for planes? Huh, that's neat. Although now they don't have any Squadron Hawks since they're all in the graveyard now. So even if they can Mistveil Squadron Hawk back, they would also need to like shuffle their deck to be able to find, or yeah, to be able to find the Squad Hawks. Could just Flicker Wisp this Ghostly Prison hit him for 4. Doesn't seem bad. They find Wrath. Looks like they found a Wrath. Second. Yep. Let's crack a clue, see if we find something. I don't think we can find anything. We can find a 2 to Violent afterwards. That's cool. Sure. So I have 1, 2, 7 mana, so even if I crack a clue and attack, I'll still have enough mana to like displace this if need be. So let's crack a clue, see if... Sure. Feel pretty good about where we are right now. Unless the opponent draws something really scary. It's annoying. I wouldn't call it scary. Sure. Sure. Let's crack this clue, I guess. You have no cards in hand. I think I'm going to Ghost Core to this Mistveil Plains, honestly. While while they only have the one Squad Hawk. Alright, we drew multiple Ghost Quarters, so... Sure. Snipe that. I'll have to declare... Oh, right, I have to declare 8. Hang on. Let's go back. Because they have double Ghostly. Forgot. We have lethal set up next turn. If they draw something, if I can 100% guarantee lethal, I'll probably go for it. Or do I have lethal? Well, I guess I definitely don't have lethal now. Fucking Kami of False Hope. Can I even play second Displacer? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I have 8, so I could attack with 2 Displacers next turn. I'm down for second Displacer here. Get him. Okay, so they're planning on fogging this turn? Which means... Now I should have lethal set up, maybe? If I can Flicker Wisp out a Ghostly Prison, it only takes me 6 mana to attack for lethal. I use some math here. I don't think I have enough, because I only have 8 mana. I need to pay 6 mana even if I Flicker Wisp out a Ghostly Prison, and they can just chump block, so we'll just wait a turn. Set up lethal for next turn. Field Ruin, sure. Are they gonna Field Ruin me? Be my guest, opponent. You got me. So we just have lethal, right? We have 6, 7, 8 mana in play. We instead Flicker Wisp out a Ghostly Prison. They can chump block here. They have no cards in hand, and they take 8 and die. Cool. You are dead. Oh god. Playing against Murder Proc just takes forever. It's a grueling matchup. Takes just a million years. And it's an awkward matchup because you kind of want to leave him paths because them getting down an early Sarah Ascendant is just terrifying. But we don't have a lot in the way of this matchup either. I don't think Rest in Peace is good enough. Considering they have very minimal graveyard synergies, it's like Amaria plus Mistveil Plains or whatever. And me going down a card, like, in card advantage to play this Rest in Peace, and they have a bunch of Wrath of Gods and whatever in their deck, is kind of bad. I think Dismember is better than Pat. Dismember doesn't hit Sarah Ascendant when it's active, right? Because it's a 6/6. Arbiter is actively, like, garbage, though. Since the opponent has a bunch of land destruction stuff in their deck and never searches their library except Squadron Hawk. So it's actually pretty detrimental to me since they can hit my lands and stuff usually more than I can hit theirs. I guess Mirren Crusader beats down. It's good to have individual threats that can attack through Ghostly Prisons decently. And then I guess we'll leave in one Arbiter, since none of these other cards are any good. This is another matchup where I would like a Relic. I took the Relic out and then immediately played against like two decks in this league where I wished I had a Relic. Although I'd rather have Gideon than a Relic here. I'll keep. It's slow and dirtily, but this is a control matchup. We have Thraben Inspector into Crack Clue into Slicer, whatever. Of course, my opponent's just going to turn 2 Stony Silence me because every Martyr proc deck I've played against loves to bring in Stony Silence in this matchup. For some reason. I'm pretty sure it's very, very wrong. Inspector. Some really bad Path to Exiles. Might be worth it to just have Arbiters in my deck over Paths. It would really suck to cast Arbiter here, obviously, but... let's play Eldrazi Temple. I don't really care if they Ghost Quarter this. I'd rather keep my Ghost Quarter to hit a Mistveil Plains or an Emeria or something. We'll just crack this Clue. Opponent's probably just going to play Ghostly Prison or some stupid thing here. Opponent really loves aggressively field of ruining me. I'm down for it. If they're just spending their turn doing that. Get into this Gideon. Beat down with the Inspector. Should have passed my own Inspector, Rampant Growth me into this Gideon. If I had Gideon in my hand, I honestly probably would have done that last turn. Like, if I didn't top deck it for a turn, I would have probably just cashed in this Path to Exile as a Rampant Growth. Play turn 3 Gideon. Seems pretty powerful in this matchup. Sure. Let's attack with everything. I'm really okay if they want to trade Martyr of Sands for Blade Splicer. And I kind of want to see what's in their hand to make my next move. I could leave a Presto, I could jam Gideon. Yeah, this block makes sense. They reveal a bunch of cards. Ghostly Prison, Wrath. Alright, well, we're definitely just going to play this Gideon here. We're probably just gonna like plus and punch them after they wrath this board. They could play Ghostly Person on this board, but that seems kind of greedy. I could hit him for like 8. I could plus this, attack with Golem and Gideon. I think they're pretty priced into wrathing here. Tap that Cavern Room. Plus they're, yeah, I think they mistapped. They're just gonna wrath me. Wow, if that ain't a bummer. I have no permanent answers to that card in my deck either. They can't wrath me this turn, but they can just play Ghostly Prison. Now hit them for 5. They're at 28 though. Might as well be like a million. We do get an activation at some point because we can Flicker Wisp out this Pithing Needle. But I'll save that for a later date. I think I'm just going to... I wonder if my plan is path one of my own guys in response to this Wrath of God next turn. Just to have more mana since this path is so irrelevant. I think I just want to have a bunch of mana in play. I think that is definitely my plan. Oh, it's not just, like... Is the opponent casting Ranger of Eos? Wow. Guess I get to path this, if I want to. I probably don't even want to. They have 2 Wrath of Gods in hand. Let's see what they tutor. Probably like Martyr plus Martyr. Next turn they can double Martyr, double block, or like double Fog, and gain 18 life or whatever. Well, they have Serra Descendant, so we definitely want to hold on to this path. He says drawing a second path. Alright, I think the opponent's planning on Wrath of Godding this turn. So we're gonna just make a Restoration Angel to keep the beats going. That block feels like Wrath of God. Yep. I could actually Flicker Wisp this Ghostly, or Flicker Wisp this Pithing Needle and then just Emblem this Gideon at some point. Might not be the worst. Since it just anthems my team. Might actually just do that this turn. I have another Wrath of God, another Ghostly Prison. I have no answers to this Needle is the issue, so like, this Gideon's not getting any better. They do get to name something else, though. I don't know what they would name. Ghost Quarter? They have their own Ghost Quarter. Shall I? That doesn't do anything right now. Does not help against Wrath of God. Oh, nothing in my deck helps against Wrath of God. Yeah, I guess we'll do it. I don't think this is getting much better right now. Wonder what they'll name. They might name Gideon again. Could name Eldrazi Displacer. Ghost Quarter, okay. It's good to know that they've turned off their own Ghost Quarter. Martyr. I don't know what they're casting here. Oh, they're just sacking it. X equals 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. So they revealed Ghostly, Wrath, Ranger, Stony, Ranger, Serra. They have 2 Rangers left in their hand? No, we have Paths. They did board in Stony Silence like I knew they would. These opponents always board in Stonies. Whatever. Cut the crap out of that. Get to punch him for 8. down to 29, so they're out of Saracen being useful again. Of course, they could always Ranger into another Martyr of Sands plus Ascendant. Probably should have played this land. I don't think I played a land for a turn. Yep. Those base. Not playing anything. Better get in this Thraben Inspector before they cast Stony Silence, because it's in their deck. Luckily, I have exactly enough mana to attack with both here. Put them to 21, and play this Inspector, and leave up Clue Crack. Opponent gonna Wrath me? Cloud, I must have had thank you for the stream. Honestly, your stream is one of the most pleasant of Magic streams. I appreciate you. Thanks, Yaz. I appreciate your kind words, and I love to see you in chat. It is fun. Have a good night. Yeah, we're playing against Martyr Proc, and it takes years to finish these matches. I'm also like 5 minutes down on clock, which is horrible. But I also just Squadron Hawked into a bunch more Squadron Hawks, which makes them gain 1,000,000 life, and this matchup never, ever, ever ends. I need to play faster, though. Well, it only finds 2 Squad Hawks. What happened to their last one? Did they draw one? JR is one of the coolest guys I know. Thanks. Thanks, Caleb. It's nice to know that people do enjoy the stream. Opponent gains. Oh, shoot. I X'd out the wrong card. I forget what the last card in their hand is, but I'm too lazy to figure it out. Opponent's at like 8 jillion life. I'll pat that. I think, oh, I forget what the last card in their hand is, actually. You know what? I'll take 3. I will take 3 damage, opponent. Let's crack this clue. Crack this Campy. Another Thraben Inspector. Path that. Opponent is now at 37 life. We're getting them, but I do need to play a lot faster. Mistveil Plains, sure, why not? Infinite Squadron Hawks. I guess I probably... No. I think they're going to Wrath of God here. Well, actually, no, I should have blocked if they were going to Wrath of God. But again, my life total probably doesn't matter too much. Can I cast another Ranger? Sure. Go get another Martyr of Sands. And another Sarah Ascendant. End my pain. Oh no, they got 2 Sarah Ascendants. I actually can't beat that. Man. Alright, yeah. We have 9.5 minutes on the clock. I don't think we're winning this game. Opponent's at 37 with a Ghostly Prison and like a 6/6 Flying Lifelinker. We're gonna concede to have a better chance of game 3. Leonard Arbiter actually Path did put in work there. Opponent just also had the super infinite grind hand. So I just don't think we were winning that. The Pithing Needle for the Gideon was actually just really, really painful. Gideon was kind of my plan to win. Alright, that sounds good. Would like a Vial, but not going to complain about having Thalia. Thalia is strong against certain draws of this deck. Rest in Peace? I'm pretty sure Rest in Peace is not good against the opponent. I did discuss it, but their graveyard is kind of secondary in their own game plan. Like, I'm going to board in Rest in Peace, and then my opponent's just going to make a 6/6 flying lifelinker, or, like, Wrath of God me twice. It just doesn't seem worth... Do I have Smuggler's Copter? No, I probably Thalia here. Disrupt whatever they're trying to do. Probably don't play Copter yet. I'll play Splicer now. Want to get in maximum amount of damage. I'm going to play Copter probably like the turn before they have Wrath mana. So I'll have stuff to rebuild post-Wrath. We attack for 6. We can Flicker Whisper Blade Splicer, since they're still far away of Wrath. Unless they pass with, like, Path Up. Because if they path the Thalia, they can untap Wrath me. This is the version that plays Proclamation of Rebirth. They're playing Emeria. I don't know if they were playing Proclamation of Rebirth. I haven't seen it. Hit them. If they block sack, which they probably will, we also just get to see what's in their hand. They could hide Wrath strategically. Nope, they're just going to show me Wrath. And they only gain 6 life. Maybe I don't play it, because they can just Ghostly Prison next turn. I think I just do want to play the Smuggler's Copter here. Since I'm not going to be attacking with multiple creatures very often. I'm not going to be alphaing them with a bunch of damage every turn when they have Ghostly Prison in play. They might not have another land, which would be nice. No, they definitely do. So we have... Could play Inspector. Probably not worth it. Probably. I might loot away the Inspector, honestly. Crew 1. Post-Wrath, I could actually Stone Rain them with this. Yeah, let's actually discard this Inspector. I'm down for Stone Raining them off of this Mist Veil Plains after they Wrath of God me next turn. Oh, then I don't get attacked with a Copter. It's kind of a bummer. Maybe that's not the plan. Maybe I have to wait till the next turn. Ooh, they don't have Wrath mana? They don't have this Ghostly anymore. They already played it. Find, like, yeah, Martyr. Blech. Ooh, that's actually really good. Now I can just double Stone Rain them to keep them off of Wrathing me ever. Tilting land drops is unfortunate. We have Path, which doesn't do anything. Guess we just fire up this Copter. Smash. discard this Displacer. Kind of want to keep a path just in case they have something I need to path my way through. And Displacer I actually don't have any colorless since I just blew it all up. Yeah, opponent's going to block sack. Opponent has 2 Wraths in their hand. They don't have 5th. Oh, they do have 5th land. Bummer. Are they really gonna... Do they want to strip mine? Oh, they can't even strip mine me. Fielder only hits non-basics, right? You can only strip mine him with this Ghost Quarter, which seems really bad. Yeah, they're just gonna Wrath. No. Our Arbiter. That land is nice, though, which because it means we can play this Splicer and then still hit them with this Copter. Six mana lets me attack, but that doesn't matter. We'll discard Plains. Because I'm only really attacking with 2 creatures. I have 2 3/3s now. Flagstones, sure. They could... My Arbiter's gone, so they can't, like, Stone Rain me. They can Fielder Ruin my Fielder Ruin. Sure, whatever. Opponent really likes active... I guess... I don't even know what they're doing now. They just want to get a bunch of plains for their Amarias? Ghost Quartering themselves isn't, like, mana efficient, right? You lose 2 lands, then you gain 2 lands. It's mana neutral. It just gives them more plains. I guess it tutors up this Mistveil. Stony. Another Splicer. Can't cast it this turn. Because I want to keep hitting them. And they have another Wrath in play, so... Or in their hand. Let's just attack for 4. They just F6 through their turn. Sick. Sick value. Could Flicker Wisp the Stony. Probably not worth. Squadron Hawk. That's annoying. And now I get like 3 Squadron Hawks and have Martyr of Sands to gain a bunch of life. Play Martyr. Shalai doesn't beat Wrath of God. I need them to use up this Wrath before I do anything else. They have another ghostly prison. Jeez. Oh, I don't know why I went to the end step. I think I clicked 1 too many times, but I was probably going to cast this Blade Splicer. Sure, put Wrath of God back in your deck, opponent. have to pay 4 mana to attack now. Cool. Maybe I'm supposed to path my own Blade Splicer for more mana now? Jesus. Alright. I'm pretty resolved to not win this game. Opponent is at 19. Oh, nope. They just want to chump block. 22. And, oh yeah, then they have Infinite Hawks. Because they can misspell playing the Hawks back. Play Hawk, tutor up Hawk. Can only attack with 1 creature per turn. Man. This matchup is just miserable. Oh, this is bad to play because they have Stony Silence. Yep, alright, I've had enough. They got me. Martyr Proc just takes a million years to play against. Have I played against Martyr Proc before? Yes. 2, 6, 3, and 3 now. Well, the classic John Ryan start. The old 2-0 into 2-2 into having to cross my fingers for the boss fight match, the final boss match. We lost to, what did we lose last round? Living End. Yeah, we lost like very close games to Living End. Both games 2 and game 3 were like very, very razor's edge on whether I could have won or lost. Game 2 we just didn't hit a bunch of land drops. Martyr Proc, I cannot imagine that you, I don't know. Mono White Control is a very weird deck. To match up that's nice to have Leon and Relic Order in. I might need to put one of those on the side again, just to, it's good against stuff like Boggles, good against Affinity, good against random garbage. Would have been good in the, like, Hardened Scales matchup. Would have been good here. Can I fit a Relic? I'm sure I can fit a Relic Order on the side somewhere. Maybe cut the third Stony for a Relic Order, since it's reasonable in the Affinity matchup, and Stony is just a lot more narrow. Also, that game 3, and I guess the game 2 also, are kind of why I didn't want to board in Rest in Peace against Martyr Proc. Like, they are just a mono-white control deck that happens to use the graveyard conveniently. If they're activating Emeria, you're probably already dead. The reason you will lose is because they play a bunch of Ghostly Prisons and wrath your board twice or whatever. They're not going to win because they're activating Emeria every turn. If they're activating Emeria, they have like what 7, 8 lands in play. I forget how many planes you need for that. 6 or 7. And you're probably dead. Although we did kind of lose. We did technically lose because they had the Squadron Hawk lock, basically. I could have drawn Land Destruction to blow up the Mistveil planes, but we really lost because they had 3 Ghostly Prisons in play, and they were at 22 life or whatever. They didn't need to lock me out with Squadron Hawks. I'm sure they could have just had 4 Squadron Hawks and still won that game, because I have to pay 6 mana to attack them. And I don't really have a backdoor way of winning. Come back. Hemsley. Ooh, we're both 2-2, huh? I would like to play first. We finally won the die roll. This is a decent hand. We'll keep it. Vial into probably Arbiter. Could be Vial into Vial, if the opponent is like guaranteed not on a fetch land deck. I think we want Vial into Arbiter, though. Could play turn 2 Displacer, but I think I want to just jam Arbiter to turn off possible fetch lands. Opponent could be on blue-white, some sort of control deck. More likely, though, probably Storm, in which case Arbiter on 2 isn't super necessary, but Arbiter does help in the matchup, so that's nice. Sulfur Falls. So I guess maybe they are on control. Pretty sure Storm doesn't play Sulfur Falls. Now I probably go Display Circles file. Although maybe I don't. I know they can't Logic Knot me. Because if I play Displacer first, they can only Logic Knot for 1. You can Mana Leak it, but yeah, Remand's fine. But you could Devour that in next turn, so got the Remand out of the way. We would have like cast Smuggler's Copter anyway. It gets remanded. Might have actually been better to play Smuggler's Copter instead of Displacer there, but didn't matter. So since we can't Violent Smuggler's Copter ever, whereas next turn we could actually Violent Displacer. So yeah, I think playing Smuggler's Copter that turn was probably correct. Although now I don't even think I want to cast Smuggler's Copter. They could have more counter spells up. Rather than just like leave up a blink for my Arbiter. I think I'm fine just kind of sitting here. They have like a Bolt. Guess they're on Blue Moon's my best guess, I suppose. Yeah, Bolt it, sure. Snap Bolt Arbiter. Maybe I take this vial up to 4. I have second vial, so it's not horrible. Yeah, let's take a vial up to 4. Immediately draw Flicker Wisp, of course. But Restoration Angel is going to be big game against opponent if they're on Blue Moon. 4 toughness creatures are hard for them to deal with. Jace, sure. We can just kill it. Yeah, it's just that they brainstorm. They just actually can't be Resto. We also just have the Smuggler's Copter in play. So this is just an extremely expensive brainstorm. No. Yes. Athalia. I guess I'll cast Thalia just to make sure that they can't cast a spell here. Yeah, so now I can just crew this Copter. And then kill the Jace and also hit them for 3. I think I loot here. Ugh. Maybe I wasn't supposed to loot. My hand was very good, but I think my hand could have been better. I think we just honestly discard this Flicker Wisp. Displacer just seems better on this board. Yeah, don't think we even need this Flicker Wisp. So I guess the loot was okay, because we just have a better card than the Flicker Wisp. Yeah, that Jace seemed kind of bad. Opponent can probably not answer Resto very well in Blue Moon. Probably don't want to vial. Actually, no, we can vial in Displacer here. We have protection. If they want to bolt it, our last card is Restoration Angel. Yeah. I guess we crew Copter. Maybe I don't even crew Copter here. This is like Cryptic Command, tap your team, right? So I can just... Oh no, if they tap my team, then I actually can't, like, animate the Copter, because my team will be tapped. So it shouldn't matter. Let's go to combat, I guess. See what happens. This definitely feels like they're just gonna Cryptic tap my team, draw a card. Fetching first, sure, whatever. Slightly increase the odds of them drawing a good card, I suppose. If they're just gonna fetch anyway. Tap all creatures your opponents control, draw a card. I could, like, Violin, Resto, animate the Copter hit, but that's probably just not worth it. I'll just let them do their thing. We have Displacer plus Resto and a Resto in our hand. I'm feeling pretty good, unless they're on, like, Through the Breach and they're gonna Emrakul me eventually, then I feel okay. Yeah, to me, buddy. You got it. Probably just going to... They have 7 mana, so... Yeah, they can still snap Cryptic. Splicer's good. Might Violin the Splicer after the Cryptic. So the Cryptic tap my team. Then we Violin Splicer, animate the Copter Punch. Then we don't loot, though, because our best card is definitely this Restoration Angel. Maybe I should loot just to keep up appearances. Keep up appearances that the last card in my hand somehow isn't Restoration Angel. I'm just gonna, like, repeatedly Cryptic down my team. Enter combat. What you got, opponent? Second Cryptic command? Sure, why not? They'll run out of Cryptics eventually. I think I actually want to Oh, whoops. I forgot to set the stop. I keep taking off the stop because I hate a beginning of combat stop usually. But I might have actually was supposed to, like, Flicker Blade Splicer there. Make a Golem through the Copter hit him. Shouldn't end up mattering, since as soon as they run out of Cryptics, we just have very, very lethal. So they are Through the Breach Emrakul. Okay, that's cool. So unless they have Bolt, we're fine. Even if they have Bolt, I wonder if I can chump block this Emrakul. Oh, whoops. Oh, thank God. Blink the right one. Activate Vial. Blink the Splicer again. Make another Golem. Is the plan just to sack all my lands? Because I think I just win after that, right? Unless they can't have Anger. We can just chump block this Emrakul with the Smuggler's Copter. And then just have lethal on the backswing. You know what? Yes, we'll loot. Goodbye, Path. Yeah, there's dead. Cool. Nice Emrakul, opponent. Blue Moon, huh? Gideon and Burringtons, I think, are my only board cards here. Probably just cut 3 paths. Leave in a path to kill random stuff, but path is usually not very good. If they're on through the breach plan, they have like less value creatures that I want a path. Stuff like Vendilion Click, P and K, whatever. Could bring in like Mirror Crusader instead of the last path, but I like path as a catch-all. It's okay. Let's take down Blue Moon as our 3-2 match. So we have Inspector into Crack Clue into Splicer Flicker Wisp. It's really bad if they're leaning hard on counters, but I also like this hand since we don't die to Blood Moon, which people just love to leave in against Death and Taxes for some reason. Sure. Inspector gets in some pretty decent chip damage in this matchup too. Okay. Really hope they kept the old one-lander double Serum Visions. Dang. Double dang, didn't draw a 2-drop. I'll accept Leon and Arbiter next turn and then, like, Ghost Quarter them. Good old Strip Mine. Oh, I guess next turn we can double Thalia into their Cryptic Command turn, so if they, like, counter draw off the first one, we have second Thalia. We really just want to be more mana efficient, so we'll just play Splicer here. If they have a Remand or whatever, sure. I'll play double Thalia next turn. Remand, sure. Loot House into Jace, huh? Might need to actually slam something like Thalia here to prevent them. Because Blade Splicer is bad, they can downtick, kill the Golem. Unfortunately, I can't actually like double Thalia here, just because it's really... I mean, obviously, double Thalia is not good, because they can't answer the first one. Could Thalia plus... what? Nothing? Maybe I do play Splicer. If they downtick on the Golem, I have 2 lethal hits on it. If they have like a Wrath, then it's kind of a bummer, but... them's the breaks. Need to fade Anger of the Gods. Opponent's mana seems like it's a little wonky for them right now. They don't have triple blue. They don't have, like, multiple red sources for Bolt, Snap, Bolt to take down my team here. I guess just Bolt plus Snap would do it for now. It'd let them trade with a guy and kill my Golem, and the Jace would be at 1. Oh, now they have Bolt, Snap, Bolt. They don't have Cryptic still, which is good. They can't tap my team, but this looks like Bolt, Snap, Bolt now. Oh, nope, they did find Anger. Let's play Thalia plus Displacer. Spell Snare? Oh, they got opt. It's gonna be a little bummed if they Spell Snared me here. They could, like, Snap Anger me. And just bury me with this Jace. Wow, minus Jace? Into what? Oh, they just want to Emrakul me. Alright. Not gonna beat no permanence with my opponent having a Jace in play. Yeah, like I said when I kept that hand, it was a little awkward that my hand was very slow and I ended up getting really punished being on the draw. They just remanned into Jace with basically no threat on my side, so yeah, that did end up very poorly for me. I did note that when I kept the hand. But now we're on the play, and hopefully we have a little bit more of a not this hand. Alright, speaking of slow. We're gonna have to keep this anyway. We're on the draw, or we're on the play luckily, and also we're on a mulligan to 6. We have powerful cards, so I don't think I'm ever shipping this. Especially since Blue Moon has such trouble dealing with stuff like Gideon and Shalai. Shalai has 4 toughness. Gideon's a planeswalker. Let's just draw, like, Thalia or Leonin Arbiter. Or more 4-drops. I'll accept anything at this point. Just a creature between the CMCs of 1 and 3. Come on, deck. That is a creature with CMC between 1 and 3. I'll take it. Now the unfortunate part is I'm just, like, not going to hit land 4 for this Gideon or something. Come on, deck. Oh, sweet. Kind of actually want them to kill this Thalia, although I probably should have just played land to resto this. Alright. Well, if they're just not killing it, we literally can't cast Gideon because of Thalia, so I'm okay just leaving up a resto here. Two mana opt. Man, that feels good. Watching my opponent 2 mana ponder feels good. Watching my opponent 2 mana opt is just amazing. Opponent's only shown, like, remand so far, so I'm okay just kind of casting this into a remand. Or if they just bolt Thalia in response. Again, don't really care. Yep, and now if we draw 5th land, we can just Gideon. I'm also going to take this valve to 4. Well, everything is coming up good here. Make a 2/2. Attack. Have Resto or Shalai on the Vial. So they have Cryptic here. Let's activate the Vial. Put in Shalai. Give my stuff hexproof. So now we can pop this Canopy. Arbiter. Arbiter doesn't do a lot. I'm scared. I'm a little scared of being Emrakul here, but I assume they're just gonna Cryptic tap my team, right? Well, maybe I shouldn't have cracked. Now they can bounce this Gideon. Oh, no, they can't bounce the Gideon because they can't target it. Sweet. So yeah, let's just go to combat. They probably just tap my team draw card. Then I make another knight past the turn. Probably play as Arbiter. Don't really care if my opponent Anger the Gods is me at this point. I have Shalai plus Resto plus Gideon post Anger. Rather disrupt like fetch lands and stuff. Yep. We could probably beat an Emrakul at this point. Since we don't even go into bolt, we can't even get bolted with just the Shalai. So Emrakul's not that scary. I just like sack all my permanents and hope to beat them with my board. Sack like all Violin, Resto, sack all my lands, Vial, and like a Knight. Beat them down with my board plus this Gideon. All the opponent's done is like cantrip this game. Remand and Cryptic both cantripped. Every card my opponent has cast has drawn a card. I guess that is why they still have 8 cards in hand and I have 2. But I have 5 creatures and a Planeswalker in play, and the opponent has nothing, so... What does the opponent have? Yep, I figured it was Anger. It's probably just fine. Unless they have Bold to kill the Shalai, that'd be a bummer. Although, with 7 cards in hand, I wouldn't be surprised. Flame Slash. Okay, well that would have killed the Shalai regardless. So... Dang, Shalai being an angel. So I could... If I Violin Resto now, I get to hit them for 8, which puts them to 8. Exactly. They have 5 cards left in hand. If I hit them for 5, go to 11, and then I Resto the Gideon and then 0 it to make a Knight, I'll have 10 in play and they'll be at 11. So I think I want to just put the Resto and put them on a 2-turn clock. Flicker Wisping Resto to hit Flicker Wisp to hit like Resto? Seems convoluted. It does add more power to the board while they are tapped out. Resto the Flicker Wisp, the Resto. If they have like Bolt plus Through the Breach plus Emrakul. I guess I wait 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I have 7 permanents. So yeah, they need Bolt plus Through the Breach Emrakul, I guess. to really be a buzzkill. And then we still have a resto in there at 8. What you got, opponent? If they just have Through the Breach Emrakul, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. We do have lethal if they just Emrakul me. I just sack everything but the Gideon. Otherwise, we could be in a little bit of trouble. We'll be at 4 with a Restoration Angel in play, which if they have like Snapcaster, they can Snap Flame Slash it. Maybe this play wasn't good. It's possible I could have just like played the Aether Vial instead to have extra sack fodder. So I could like guarantee keep this Gideon through an Emrakul. Although they could just attack the Gideon, the Emrakul at the Gideon. And I mean, obviously, then I sack the Gideon. It's midnight. Yes, it is midnight. I'm almost done. This is the last game, and we've been playing some long games. Opponent's taking their time. Snap. What are they gonna snap? Flame Slash. 1, 2. Then they have Emrakul me. Nope. They have Cryptic, though. I'm trying to win. I'm doing my best. Plains is not a good draw. I don't think I get punished a lot by zeroing or by plussing this Gideon and punching. They get they have Chump Block it, but they probably have Cryptic Command here. With 4 cards in hand, the amount of time they went into the tank. So maybe I just attack, then 0. It does let them just kind of hold on to their Cryptic, I suppose. Punch for 3. Trying to bait them into like bouncing this Gideon or something with their Cryptic. They bounce the Gideon, we just play land. Activate it again. Oh, I suppose I could have zeroed if that was my plan. 0 first. Yep. They did get successfully baited, so that's pretty sweet. We just have land Gideon now. I think I could have an extra knight. I'm not sure. Now I have lethal. If I plus the Gideon attack with everything, this sets up lethal. We have 6 permanents to sack to an Emrakul, although the Emrakul kills the Gideon, which means we would no longer have lethal. Yeah, this looks like Emrakul. If they have Bolt, we just die. What are they sending at? They have 2 guards in hand. I don't think we can afford to play around Bolt, even though they haven't cast any. Do you have to X1 to cast? No, you have to X2. They're sending a Gideon. Wow, I can't even see what they're sending at right now. Oh no, they can check over here. So we'll sack the Gideon. sack these lands, and probably this Vial, honestly. We only have, what, 3 other 4-drops in the deck, and we're better off top decking some more lands and going with it. And Semiracle was a 6 for 2, but if they can't answer this resto, we're fine. Oh man. Good thing we kept that land. Punch with the resto. We might be able to steal this. Serum Visions. That doesn't do it. Might be able to win through the Emrakul for the 2nd time. We beat Emrakul in game 1. Let's beat Emrakul in game 3. So yeah, at X2, essentially you make your money back plus a single treasure chest, which is like about $2.50 right now, something like that. So you basically break even. At 4 and 1, you get like 8 chests, so you get whatever 2.5 times 8, 16 plus 4, whatever, $20 ish. And at 5.0 you get 16 chests or something like that, or is it 4 and 8? No, I think it's 8 and 16. I forget. Well, let's see if they have Cryptic Command. They could Cryptic bounce this resto. That'd be kind of unfortunate. Oh, I thought... Yeah, I guess that makes sense. They're just through the breaching because they're sad that they're dead. Yes, we got them. Whew! So yeah, you get your money back in play points so you can enter another league. And you get a single chest. So we 3-2'd. We beat... Have I ever played against Blue Moon? We beat... My opponent Emrakul'd me all 3 games, and I won games 1 and 3. So take that, Blue Moon. Blue Moon. Alright, we're gonna do this wrap-up real fast, because it is almost midnight, and I am... Actually, it's basically midnight now, and I'm very tired. Anyway, let's find people streaming. Anyway, so if you're still watching tonight, my name is John Ryan. We play a bunch of Death and Taxes here. It's my favorite deck. We streamed Legacy yesterday. We stream Legacy and Modern all the time. Tomorrow is going to be Eldrazi Taxes at the request of Blue Red. Wasn't that Blue Red Breach? Yeah, I mean Blue Red Breach is one of the most common Blue Moon variants, and they're all Blue Moon decks. Blue Moon, I guess, specifically refers to the Blue Moon decks that don't play the combo kill, either Blue Red Kiki combo or Blue Red Breach, but whatever. Not a huge deal. Anyway, well, where was I? I was getting interrupted by chat because I like answering chat's questions too much. Anyway, yeah, tomorrow we're playing Eldrazi Taxes at the request of Allatime69. He's here most every day. Then on Thursday, we're probably back to Legacy Taxes, and then Friday we'll do whatever. Legacy and Modern like we usually do. There might be a long weekend stream. Stay tuned for that. I need to figure out what my schedule looks like, but I have the day off on Monday, so maybe a long weekend stream Sunday or Monday, which I guess technically isn't the weekend, but whatever. You guys get the idea. Anyway, if you like the content, you want to see more of it, you can hit the follow button. It costs you totally nothing and helps you know when I'm going live, helps other people find my channel. If you really want to support the channel, you can subscribe or donate. Subscriptions get you this 6th... I shouldn't be showing this. I should be showing my actual deck list. Subscriptions get you the Sweet Thalia emote. And if you donate, you feel free to let me know if you want to see a certain Taxes deck in action, certain color splashes, certain formats, whatever. That should be about everything. We're gonna host someone real quick, even though most people have trickled out today. Esper Control in a Legacy League? Alright, I'll host this guy. I love to support the Legacy people, and Esper Control seems pretty sick. Anyway, yeah, tough luck on Standard. Probably not streaming it too much, unless people really want to see it, besides you, Caleb. Obviously, you're trolling me. I'll probably play Standard in my free time, because we need a test for the Team Sealed, or not Team Sealed, Team Standard RPTQ, but people here, I think, often want to see Death and Taxes. I've streamed Humans once, and people weren't super into that, so we'll keep streaming Taxes. Taxes is sweet, my favorite deck. Anyway, that's it for tonight. I'm going to host this person. I'll catch you guys all tomorrow with some Eldrazi Taxes action. See you later.